Hello, everybody. We are back with Axiom Verge 2. Quick thing before we get things underway, we do have a donation. Voice crack. A donation of 20 USD from Falcons Freak 02. Proud to donate to a great cause run by a terrific group of people. Best of luck to all the runners, and thankful to be a small part of this great event. Thank you so much, Falcons Freak. And just giving a reminder that we do have some incentives that this money could be sent to. I believe right now we are trying to get to Sound Voltex's goal of $150 for the level 20 songs. If we could get to that, that would be phenomenal. With that said, I do believe that we're just about ready to start things off. So, Seraphim, if you would like to take the wheel,
I would. Hello again, everyone. So, long story short, I'm going to do a very short and sweet version of Axiom Verge 2. This is a run that I am, Falk was a 3-time former world record holder for.
That sounds accurate, yeah.
Yeah. It's a run that I did previously at AGDQ 2022. And for anyone who hasn't seen this run, buckle up because we're going to get into some shenanigans. Falk, who kindly just donated, is going to be doing literally all the commentary for this run because I'm going to be paying attention to literally a million things as I go because this run is an incredibly tight run to do. So, Falk, if you're ready, I'm ready.
I am ready whenever you are, my friend.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to Axiom Verge 2. This game is going to take place with our favorite corporate billionaire, India Chidari. She is coming to Antarctica to search for her missing daughter. And since we're playing on speedrun mode, that is literally all the lore you're going to get out of us today. So you're going to see right out of the gate here, Seraphin's going to go running off to the left, because we need to get our first weapon of the game. Luckily, into this little shed here, there's the pickaxe. You're going to see Seraphin do the first thing that we do is called the save quit. Basically just allows us to avoid any unnecessary backtracking. You're going to see us do this a few times throughout the run. A couple ones just save a few seconds, then there's one at the very end of the run that's going to be vital to everything. We'll get more into that as we go here. So you're going to see Seraphin running through all these little substations here. You kind of notice, like, obviously they're all man-made, but there's no people around. There's no enemies around. It's just the game's way of giving you a basic idea of how to get platforming down. How does the movement work? So Seraphin's first objective here is to be able to turn on the power to these substations, which you're going to see him do right now. And again, he's going to save quit or go back to type. And this is going to put him outside of this other substation, which is right where we want to be, actually. Now with the power on, you're going to be able to see him go through the door on this right here. And then you're going to see this little garage door looking thing, which Seraphin's going to have Indra crouch down and go through. That actually allows the enter caption to come through just a little bit quicker. And since this world record run is under 11 minutes, we want to try to save, obviously, every frame possible. And you're going to see Indra's going to get transported to a new place, which definitely, totally is possibly still Antarctica. But once we come outside the substation here, it looks the same, but everything's getting a little bit different. You're going to see a couple more man-made items, like this do not enter sign, which, you know, we're just going to casually ignore. Coming up next on the next screen, there's going to be some tremors going off. You know, earthquakes, they don't scare us. We're going to be just fine. Instead, we're getting a little sweaty. Let's go take a dip in the pool. But along the way, we need a snack first. We need to grab ourselves some donuts. Everybody loves ones with blueberry frosting, so let's do that. And now you're going to see Indra's going to go right into the water here. As we go through the screen scroll here, we want to do exactly 8 splashes with Indra going left. As soon as that happens, you're going to see Seraphin bring Indra back right and hug the wall here. And as soon as Indra goes full vertical, you're going to see Seraphin actually go to the item menu and bring up the flashlight screen. And that's going to allow Indra to die here a little bit quicker. This is a forced death scene, and by doing it this way, this actually saves 30 seconds over the casual method of letting this entire room fill up with water extremely slowly. So now this is going to bring us out into the main part of the game, and you're going to see Seraphin do something we like to call the moonwalk. Pretty self-explanatory. We actually have to do 2 moonwalks, and on the second one, I'll explain how it's done. It's a pretty easy trick to do. It's purely for swag, doesn't add or remove any time from the game. So the next big objective that Seraphin's going to be working towards, is a couple screens away here, is what we call the recoil slide. And it's a pretty interesting mechanic. Thank you. It's a pretty interesting mechanic in which Indra, if you lock her position on the ground and swing the pickaxe at a 45-degree angle downward against the ground, it'll actually push her back a ways. And you can actually track her movement on the mini-map in the top right corner while it's happening. And it allows us to do a screen wrap, which I'll be able to show here. But Seraphin does need audio cues for this, so I'm going to have to go silent for just a moment. Okay, you can see by doing that, that actually allowed Indra to screen wrap and get past that laser gate. And that allowed us to avoid having to go and get another item that would have let us hit a switch. So now we come down here, and this is going to get our first urn of the run. This is Sheshkala, and that allows us to do ledge grabbing. And so now, basically, for the next couple minutes or so, we're going to have just some basic platforming. So, Maleev, if you have any announcements right now, would be a great time.
Of course. We do actually have an $90 donation from Chris A. Grimm, and they just wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody working behind the scenes to make this marathon a reality, and to the other runners for showing off some neat games to raise money for a great cause. Thank you so much. Don't forget to send that money to an incentive if you'd like. We are still trying to work towards getting that Beat Saber level 20 songs done. You're welcome to send that to that. And just reminding everybody, of course, Slurpathon is raising money for Extra Life, which raises funds for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Proceeds go to the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. Last year, Slurpathon raised $4,200 for Extra Life, and we are looking to try to do $5,000 this time. See, what else do we have? We can also say Extra Life brings together thousands of gamers around the world to play games in support of their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. Since its inception in 2008, Extra Life has raised over $100 million for sick and injured kids.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Maleev. So, as we're going through the basic platforming section right here,
Seraphin is going to jump.
Seraphin's going to attempt to do the swag jump. Come on.
Alright, so what I'm going to attempt to do is hit a mine, knock it back, and jump off a pixel. I did not get him.
Ah, darn. That's an extremely tough trick. It's really tight, actually. So, I do want to take a moment while we're getting to this next area. Thank you, everybody, for the honks in chat as well. Our favorite bird friend is going to come back around for round 2. So, if you like the honk once, get ready for the second time with us as well. So, coming into this next area, we're going to get our second of 3 urns for the run. This is going to be Munch House, which allows us to glitch enemies and glitch certain platforms. And you'll see right away there's this big purple halo going around Indra. By holding the R2 button as we grab the urn, this allows us to get the glitch ability right away. And you can see that allows Indra to move these platforms and get them into certain positions. You can actually make certain enemies fight for you. You can detonate certain things. You'll see this a couple more times throughout the run. So in this area, I just want to take a moment to kind of explain the enemies and how they work. You can see they kind of have these like laser grids coming out of them. That's where they detect where Indra is and where to fire their projectiles at the character. For the most part, though, a lot of these enemies don't have hitboxes. They're very optional in this game. And speaking of optional, not only are the enemies optional, bosses are optional. In fact, we're only going to see one boss in this entire run, and that's coming up right here. So if everybody wants to take a second and go ahead and say hello to the Hunter Drone, please do so now. And now you can all go ahead and say goodbye to Hunter Drone. And that's it for bosses in this run. That's it. And we're going to come to our third and final urn of the run. This is Damu. And you're going to see Seraphin pause the game. If you pause the game at the exact frame that you hit that urn, you can quit out and avoid seeing that animation. Unfortunately, Seraphin then went the wrong direction on doing the save quit, and we had to watch it. Darn 3-second time losses. So here's moonwalk number 2. And the easy way that this can be done, basically, honk. Basically, the way this gets done is as Indra's character sprite is getting formed, you hold right on the thumbstick, and as the character actually goes into the standing up motion, you then also hold left on the D-pad at the same time, and you could just get this motion to happen. Again, very easy swag maneuvering, doesn't take a whole lot. So we're going to come down to our second recoil slide of the trick, done the same exact way as the first one. It's about twice as long, though, so once again, it's going to need an audio cue. there is a slight bonus here that this enemy's going to come down here and kind of push Indra out of bounds a little bit quicker for us. And there we go. We've dropped through now. So now we're going to come down into this area. Don't mind this big blue Christmas tree. Not lore related at all. It's going to be totally fine. So you're going to see Seraphin drop Damu, the drone here. And is going to, again, use the glitch ability to hit a switch right here that's just a little bit quicker so it can Brit down and actually go into one of the save platforms here and save the game. That's going to allow us to save our position where we need it to when we go back to title next time. So we're going to bring Indra to the left here and do possibly the hardest trick of the game right here. Once again, getting the glitch gun out to hit that switch. We're going to fire out the drone and stop Indra and pause the game right at that part of the wall that just opened up by hitting that switch. Now, by doing this, we're going to save quit, go back to the save spot we were just at with the drone. We're going to teleport back to Indra's position, but now the wall's going to be back in place, which is going to push Indra right out of bounds into this skew. And you can see on the mini-map, Indra's still moving, and basically this comes down to pixel-perfect placement. There's basically a 50-50 shot if this skew works. Basically, it's the screen's going to pan to the right, and we want to see the screen go up at the end. If it goes up, we're where we want to be. If it goes down, we're into a soft lock. So fingers crossed, everybody. And that's how it's done. And so that's going to actually put Seraphin into the final boss room of this game. Now, the fun fact is, since we never met the final boss of this game, there is no final boss in this game. So all we have to do is go through this room, hit these 4 switches, and then detonate the bomb at the bottom of the room here. And like any good Metroidvania, since there's a detonated bomb, now we have an escape sequence. Which this part of the game actually has some of my favorite music of the whole thing. So as we're running through here, going to be, again, just some simple platforming. Basically, what we want to do is just obviously get out in time. But there's a fun mechanic that goes to escaping this game, where when we get to the end, the game doesn't care if Indra escapes or if the drone escapes. Just something has to be free. So you're actually going to see Seraphin at the final climb throw the drone up, and Indra's going to get locked in with the bomb. And also, we're going to be coming up on time on the Fade to Black here in just a few seconds. So once again, the last couple platforms, you're going to see a big jump up here, and we're going to throw the drone right up top of this ledge. Oh, we do it nice because we do it twice. There you go. Indra's actually going to get smashed by the wall and then the bomb. We're going to double kill. Beautiful, and that is time.
Hope that paused. It did.
It did. You did well. GG, my friend. Great job.
GG's.
Look at that. 3% items, 9% map.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
That's probably the lowest of what we can do for low percent for this game. There might be some very awkward way to do lower than that, but if there is, nobody's figured it out yet. Go back to the title screen so we have some music.
That was a fantastic roll. That was wild to watch. You managed to get through that incredibly quickly. Nicely done, you two. Like, that was good commentary, really fast run, really good gameplay as well.
So, I want to take a quick moment to just announce my retirement from running Axiom Verge 2 in any kind of speedruns. I have run this game so many times that having not run this game for the last year, that run is still ingrained into my brain. And somebody yesterday mentioned they were going to go get victory pizza after the run. I'm going to go get retirement pizza.
Absolutely valid.
But that's it for me for this run, because like I said, Falk went over everything beautifully. Thank you very much, Falk, for being here.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And because you got to talk, everybody's getting a little bit of the lore of the game, so it's a win-win for everyone.
Huzzah!
That's it for me. I will see you guys all again on Sunday when I come back for Axiom Verge 1 with Falk. And Thoriel, who was supposed to be here as well, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So Thank you for wanting to still be here, Thoriel. We do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
And thank you so much. Just stay tuned. We are going to be right back as we get things set up for Everhood with Shawnee. We'll be right back.